Text number 17, Generation Y, Evaluating Services Experience Through Mobile Ethnography by Matthias Muscat, Birgit Muscat, Anita Dehrer, and Rachel Jones. Nowadays, museums are becoming more and more visitor-oriented and provide experience that satisfy their visitors. However, there is very little research in this area done yet. This article states three main problems. How is museum visit experienced by Generation Y? To what extent does mobile ethnography facilitate the measurement of service experience in museums by Generation Y visitors? What do these insights mean for museum management? And in one sentence, I can describe this article as Generation Y can contribute to museum service design using modern technologies such as mobile ethnography. In recent years, the behavior of Generation Y has been actively studied. However, even despite the significant number of studies, the articles mentioned in the work, little is still known about the generation's attitude towards the museum service experience. A lot of articles mentioned in literature reviews show that museum visitors are diverse, and there have been numerous researchers who propose experience models regarding factors of the museum experience. Most of these studies have focused on collecting quantitative information. In our case, what makes this research to stand out of the crowd is the opportunity to study details about the nature of visitors' impressions. What makes the museum attractive and what visitors pay attention to when visiting the museum. And additionally, further develop a behavioral portrait of Generation Y. The analysis involved 29 postgraduate students from the University of Canberra as representatives of Generation Y and the National Museum of Australia in Canberra as a place to evaluate the experience. The main research methodology is a qualitative approach using mobile ethnography. Mobile ethnography makes it possible to collect direct user information. Moreover, it is about reporting experience online at the time of the experience, on the very spot or location of the experience. There was a special app called My Service Fellow, which enables users to add and evaluate touch points on a 5-point Likert scale, and also add text, audio, photos, or videos, which can be each individually flagged as positive or negative. Then users' touchpoints assessments are aggregated to mean values to identify critical incidents. Next, using research software, which visualizes touchpoint sequences of different users as a touchpoints matrix research, makes some in-depth analysis. The increased interest in the culture of other countries has generated a massive demand for cultural tourism. The success factors of museum management have changed from the preservation of historical information towards the integration of positive customer feedback. Consequently, the researchers argue that modern museum management should change its goals and priorities towards understanding and evaluating relationships with its audience. And mobile ethnography and tools such as My Service Fellow offer an important potential source of sustainable competitive advantage by improving customer experience. There are a number of problem areas or critical incidents which have been detected along the defined service moments. However, in general, the museum staff received a very positive assessment in our case. It is a positive and important feedback for the museum management. From the point of view of leisure and tourism, mobile ethnography seems to be effective and applicable due to its user-oriented approach, especially for Generation Y. This leads to the conclusion that the visualization of results and an analysis of the service experience from a customer-centered view makes the complex museum experience transparent, tangible, and designable. I believe that the most important aspect that attracts me in the fact that sufficiently low cost and affordable technology allow us to radically change the perception of experience. In the case of museums, they can become more customer friendly and eventually position themselves as cultural centers. This will attract more visitors as well as investors, which is important as most museums are quite badly financed. The most important thing is that these ideas can be used not only in museums industry, but also in hypermarkets, shopping malls, cinemas, and other organizations where visitors come into contact with services. Thank you for your attention.